Alright, so 2024 has been off to a hot start, especially for all things Meta Quest 2, with V62 releasing, bringing a lot of quality of life improvements to the platform. It's been a great month specifically for Quest 3 as it breaks record revenue for Meta's Reality Labs division. We also have PlayStation State of Play that was kind of underwhelming for PSVR and VR, but brings a big existing IP exclusively intended just for VR, as well as Apple finally releasing the Vision Pro. We also have gaming news with a couple of titles slated to release this month. If you like the content, consider subscribing. So first off, Apple's Vision Pro VR headset is here and it cascaded a pretty big wave in the industry. At $3,500 for 256 gigabytes and $3,900 for a terabyte. I watched videos by The Verge, MKBHD, and CNET for reviews and impressions. It's clear that this product is probably the most successful dev kit released to the public, with its price tag and selling out with pre-orders. For a first generation product, it's impressive the things it packs with its pancake micro OLED displays, dual processing with the M2 chip, and a separate co-processor, the R1 chip, to handle data from its camera, sensors, and microphones to minimize input latency, nearly eliminating it, with features like personas, exclusive 3D Disney content, integration to the existing ecosystem of Apple products, and the eyesight feature that lets others see your eyes from inside the headset. Vision Pro is probably the best seated VR headset. There is nothing really that comes close. Apart from on-paper specs and hardware, the most impressive thing of the Vision Pro is publications and people who generally never cared about VR are taking interest in the VR, AR, MR, XR industry, and it's great for everyone, even for its price point. I genuinely think this entry is much more of a competitor than PSVR 2 or Pico has ever brought forth. Not competitive at all for the price point, but the idea of Apple taking the crown away from Meta. But one thing I noticed is that current VR tech is stuck on the current form factor of Quest 3. Not even a hardware veteran like Apple with pockets as deep as Meta's, even more so, can out-engineer problems with current day tech. With Apple entering the realm of VR, it's both great and bad because it shows promise in the space but highlights that there are still issues with comfort and overall uses. Standalone VR devices are still very bulky and people want thinner devices. So far, what I've learned is that Quest has stood the test of time in every review. Quest 3 is pretty much the bar for current headsets. Quest 3 is even lighter with an included battery inside the headset. In some areas, especially gaming, it outdoes the Vision Pro in more times than two. But something like UI and content watching is slightly better on the Vision Pro. These products exist in different realms, with one at $500 and the other one at $3,500. And it shows that you don't have to drop an insane amount of money to get more than half of the experience the Vision Pro gives. It will be interesting to see the headset 6 months to a year after release. I am a firm believer in VR tech, but not to the point where I'll drop $3,500 for a first gen product. And now with the Quest news. Meta Quest has officially gotten update V62. I am on the public test channel, so I get updates immediately. You can check if you opt in via the Oculus app on your phone and go to the dev settings. V62 is probably already one of the better updates. One long awaited feature that I didn't see mentioned is that when updating your headset, you can see the size of the update and how much it has downloaded until full, which is a great quality of life feature to tell easily if it's updating smoothly or something's not updating properly. In this update, it also brings spatial video playback support. If you have an iPhone 15 Pro or above, it allows taking of stereoscopic videos and being able to view them inside your Quest. I didn't try this as I have a Z Fold 4. This update also brings support for external gamepads on the Meta Quest browser, allowing you to connect Xbox and PlayStation controllers via Bluetooth or USB-C. The USB-C feature is good. I tried a USB-C 2.0 cable that came with my phone with an Xbox controller that has a USB-C port, and it works straight from the USB-C port on Quest. Works way better in the short time that I used it compared to Bluetooth. Latency wise, it is a good improvement with the Game Pass app on Quest. It too finally brings support to PlayStation 5 controllers, where before this update they didn't work with the Xbox Cloud Gaming app in Quest. Also, the introduction to live streaming on Facebook is now available to everyone everyone. It's no longer exclusive, and YouTube live streaming gets chat support through connecting on OBS through your PC. And also with V62, it brings single gesture quick actions get added to hand tracking, so you can do certain actions quickly rather than having to hold your hand in a certain gesture for certain actions. And now officially, Quest Link and Airlink finally get 120 Hz support on Quest 3. This has been a larger update, not the biggest improvement, but brings and introduces features that improve the platform for sure. And next up, Quest 3 launch has driven Reality Labs' highest quarterly revenue to date, crossing over $1 billion. Though at the same time, it has resulted in a loss of $4.65 billion. As it's the highest quarter of revenue, it's also the highest quarterly loss by far. And this is big for VR, and it shows that it's a worthwhile investment for Meta, and people are willing to spend money getting new and improved hardware with worthwhile content. However, I do expect that loss number to grow on both revenue and loss as we prepare for Quest Lite in 2024. Even a Quest Pro successor with Meta working in hand with LG for OLED displays right now will be the pivot point in the Quest lifecycle that allows it to make itself different from the Apple Vision Pro and Samsung's upcoming XR headset with content like Asgards Wrath 2. If Meta keeps going the exclusive route with AAA quality games, the platform will continue to exist and grow too. And moving on, we have another PlayStation State of Play. No, still no big PSVR 2 exclusive yet, but we did get one large title, Metro Awakening VR, which is another entry in the Metro series that will be exclusively built for VR and coming out for PSVR 2, MetaQuest, and PCVR. This title is being developed by Vertigo Games in collaboration with Deep Silver. The trailer depicts a dark, gloomy, atmospheric world. One thing I will say, since it's developed by Vertigo Games, the developer of After the Fall and Arizona Sunshine 2, in the trailer you could see a lot of that gameplay mechanics and weapon handling carried over from those games onto the trailer. If you play those titles before, it's necessarily not a negative thing, but you start getting an idea and expectation of what to expect. Hopefully the game is longer than just 5 hours looking at Arizona Sunshine 2. With this game, if you remember during Meta Connect 2021 with the announcement of GTA San Andreas, the sweet baby Ray's man himself mentioned bringing 5 Deep Silver games to Quest in collaboration with Oculus Studios and Vertigo Games. With gaming news in February, we will be getting the official Quest Store launches of Ghost of Tabor, Dragon Fist VR Kung Fu, Max Mustard, Veil VR, and they are all graduating App Lab. And new releases like Borderbots VR, Stranger Things VR are coming to MetaQuest as well this month. And yeah, that's pretty much it. 2024 is stacked, and there are no signs of it slowing down. I will take out a Ghost of Tabor comparison video on launch and see what catches my attention in this month's game of releases. If you like the video, subscribe for more VR news, comparisons, and game review content. And till the next video, see ya.